found myself flying a bit closer to stars today. Something about that rush of heat. Commander's Log, 616. Departing Barango. Destination, Colonia. I need a change of scenery. I came out here hoping to make a name for myself, out in the expanse called space. It is not going as I had planned. It was May 9th when I arrived at the Moss and Dog training course. The Pilots Federation set up the course like I had imagined it'd be. A piece of cake. I couldn't wait to be out of there. I think the test judge kind of figured that when I tried to wrestle that Sidewinder's controls from him. Hadn't occurred to me he might feel the feedback from my impatience. Anyway, from one training station to the next, I figured I might as well stalk the bars, crew lounges, and local dives that were present. At first I just wanted some info, but eventually rumors led to facts, and I started working freelance as a delivery boy. Easy enough work, fair enough pay. It wasn't long before I was returning that used Sidewinder though, because I eventually was contacted by a squadron organization, the Fleet Expeditionary Corps. They took me under their wing quite literally, and soon they had me flying bulkier mining vessels. The Type 7 and Type 9 were for the job, but I ended up picking out a Alliance Crusader for myself. The Crusader was maneuverable enough, had the firepower, even was capable of holding a fighter bay, and that's when it hit me. I could start my own crew. It didn't take long before I found some candidates, but most of them just couldn't hang like I needed. That's when I met her, Genesis Hansley. A bit of a spitfire, she was nice enough. When I responded to her crew posting, that was. When we rendezvoused, she seemed like a sweet girl, but I quickly found out her smile was really more a mask to hide her animalistic ferocity. Boy, can she handle a ship. Things didn't quite work out with the FEC though. Call it difference of perspective, opinion. I honestly don't know. I really hoped it would be different out here in space, you know? Better. But everywhere I see is just conflict. Everywhere I go is just vain conflict. Makes me wonder if I was better off staying home in Inina. Maybe I'm not cut out for being in a crew. But Genesis tells me I have to be more patient with myself and others. I don't know. I figured it was time for a change though. We were supposed to be exploring the stars, but I kinda let the crowd of mining pilots around Barango change my mind. Sold my side ship collection to extend our financial cushion. The Viper, 7 and 9. Shame about the Crusader though, but if it's just going to rust away in a hangar, I figured I might as well sell it. Pilots Federation has some kind of rules about pilots sharing ships or controlling certain ship functions, but I would rent my ships off if I could, maybe even sell them to someone a bit like me, just starting out in the black. It took us 3 days to get the Jack's outpost outside Colonia. What was it? 990 jumps? Genesis told me we could try the Neutron Highway, but I'm not sure I want to risk my new baby, the new Exodus. It took forever to prove to the Federation I was even capable of handling the blasted Corvette. I'll be damned if I damage any of these systems before we reached Colonia. Had some close calls where I almost fell asleep and dove into a star though. Second leg of our trek, Genesis corresponded a pilot's academy friend of hers, fresh out of training. Even out here on the way to the Galactic Center, hollow transmissions still operate. She introduced herself as Honey, said she was looking for a fresh crew with no legal baggage. Tested her out at the helm. If Genesis can man the mothership, then why not the noob? We've been in contact with the fleet carrier, Captain Commander. He was looking for crewmates for a deep space expedition, and it seemed right up her alley. The Ranger's Roost. After the 20K light-year journey, its first waypoint is set for Sagittarius A. Pretty excited, I won't lie. A little more excited than when I sold that Sidewinder a month ago. The crew of the new Exodus should be present to rendezvous with the Ranger's Roost, nearby Explorer's Anchorage. It's only 8 or so light years from the center of it all, so we'll make sure we're at least in the area. There's always a few kinks in these new flight computer systems though. You'd think those egghead scientists of the Federation and Empire would have it down pat, but they're still only human. We haven't had a flawless one since before spaceflight was possible, even imaginable to us Earth-born folks. Which reminds me, word is the Thargoid are amassing. Scary times, man. I used to think Galnet wasn't reporting anything important anymore, you know? Propaganda, my grandpa might say, but I'm not sure. Doubt they'd be this far deep space, but can't be too careful. Heck, I call this Captain Commander aboard the Double R. He's probably planning to track some down. Word is, his family's got history with the bugs. Don't make me no never mind. He could be chasing after the Raxilla itself. I don't care. I left the FEC for a reason, but I really shouldn't give up on folks so easily. Baby Ranger's roost will be different. Oh, reminder. Finance report. Genesis, almost at 200 million. She's been acting weird though recently. Her performance has never faltered, but I'm starting to wonder what she spends her credits on. It's not my business, systems active. But thought about hawking the Iblis, not just for the money, but for space on the carrier. But apparently there's room on the Ranger's roost. I really hope so, man. I love that shit. Should be passing Sagittarius A soon enough. Let the new crewmate Honey take the wheel for a while to make this report. I'm sure she'll be fine. I was heading that way anyway. Sag A, that is. I wanted to see the center of it all before I die. Found myself flying a bit close to the stars today. Something about that rush of heat. It's a nice wake me up out here in cold, lonely space.